Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article from CNN Politics. Now this is from January 4th and it's written by Renee Marsh and Gregory Wallace. Oh God. It's funny how they're trying to portray this. Okay. The TSA has never stopped a terrorist situation with planes. They've basically been a drain on the United States financially. And they've never shown their worth. And they're trying to make it sound like, you know, when they've never stopped anything in regards to terrorism. Oh, excuse me. They're trying to make it sound like, you know, the sky is falling, the world's going to end, and all this other shit without the TSA. Because, you know, our safety. We were perfectly fine until September 11th. We've been perfectly fine since. Do I honestly think it's the TSA's doing with that? Fuck no. Yeah, groping people is keeping us fucking safe. First on CNN, hundreds of TSA screeners working without pay, calling out sick at major airports. Well, first off, your headline is completely misrepresentative because they are working for pay. They're just not getting paid at the moment. Their payment is being deferred because when they joined the TSA as an employee, one of the agreements they made would be like in these types of cases, when shit gets shut down, they have to wait for their pay. That's a given. That's pretty much with a lot of government employees. So to try to make it sound like they're working without pay is complete misrepresentation and bullshit. And the fact that they're calling out sick, no offense, you shouldn't give them any fucking sympathy for that. Okay, when they took the job, they agreed that if this was to happen, they would deal with it. They don't want to deal with it? Well, then there's the fucking door. It's that simple. If I was a TSA supervisor, and I started having people calling out, I'd be like, you got a choice. Get your fucking ass in here or you don't have a fucking job. It's really that simple. They chose this profession. They chose to do this job. They chose to grope people in the name of our safety. Well, guess what? You also chose when this situation came up, type of situation came up, that you would deal with it. You don't want to work? Fuck off. There's the door. Like I said. Ah, God, this is some sad shit. How they're trying to portray this like, oh, we're not going to be safe anymore. So, hundreds of Transportation Security Administration officers who are required to work without paychecks through the partial government shutdown have called out from work this week from at least 4 major airports, according to 2 senior agency officials and 3 TSA employee union officials. See, this is what's fucked up. It's complete misrepresentation. To work without paychecks. Wouldn't it be more accurate to say they've chosen not to work with deferred payment? With their paychecks deferred? I mean, to me, because they're still going to get their paychecks. They're still going to get their pay. They'll actually get like a big fucking lump fucking sum check. So I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this is complete misrepresentation. They're trying to make it sound like, you know, these idiots deserve our sympathy. I mean, no offense to people who work the job, but I think you're all fucking idiots because there's no actual need for you. All right, to be groping people in the name of our fucking safety. And if you can't see that your job has no worth at this point, I don't know what to tell you. The mass callouts could inevitably mean air travel is less secure, especially as the shutdown enters its second week with no clear end to this political stalemate in sight. Yeah, because guess what? You want to try to make it sound like Trump bad, and because of Trump, we're going to be less secure. You know what? When we had shutdowns before, the TSA just opened up the fucking checkpoints, and people were able to walk through like they used to, and nothing fucking happened. So I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You're not going to like accurately portray this situation or inaccurately. I'm sorry, I messed up. You're not going to inaccurately portray the situation as the sky is falling when it isn't. It's not going to work these days. This will definitely affect the flying public, who we are sworn to protect, said Heydrich Thomas, president of the National TSA Employee Union, told CNN. Well, of course, the head of the TSA union is going to say that because, you know, the TSA union tends to fucking favor Democrats for some fucked up reason. And they're hoping that they'll get some fucking sympathy here, and you know they'll get Trump to cave, and yeah, not gonna happen. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with not getting paid for a few weeks. Maybe you should go look for another job. If you really are living from paycheck to paycheck, maybe you should go find another job. I don't know what to tell you. Which I got no problem with that, because that just means less TSA employees, you know, less groping, shit like that. I'm good with that. TSA spokesman Michael Bellelio said the agency is closely monitoring the situation and that screening wait times remain well within TSA standards, although that could change if the number of callouts increases. Hey, just open the fucking gates like you did before. I got no problems with that. I doubt something's going to happen. At New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport, as many as 170 TSA employees have called out each day this week. Thomas tells CNN, officers from a morning shift were required to work extra hours to cover the gaps. Yeah, so that's another thing. So basically what you've had here is you've had some self-centered, entitled fucks go, well, I know I want my paycheck now, so I'm just going to call out because I can't get my paycheck now. And they fucked their fellow employees. They fucked them. And you don't see that getting called out here. It's like, oh, we'll feel the sympathy for the ones who called out and fucked the employees and the ones who got fucked. You know, no, that's not how it works. They fucked those other guys. I have no sympathy for them because they agreed to do the fucking job, even when something like a shutdown happens. They don't want to meet their obligations? Fuck them. One less fucking groper on the fucking payroll is fine by me. And they're only fucking themselves in the long run. I mean, what are they going to claim their fucking sick time? When they're basically doing the blue flu? Fuck you. I would deny their sick time. I'd be like, give me a doctor's note. It's the only way they would get sick pay. If I was their supervisor, okay, and they were calling out like with this shit, seriously, I'd be like, you don't want to come in? Fuck you. You better have a doctor's note. If they, what are they going to go to the fucking doctor and fake something? This is some fucked up shit. That they're trying to get you to feel sympathy for people who fucked over other TSA employees because they just decided to call out. That's just CNN for you. Callouts have increased by 200 to 300% at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, where typically 25 to 30 TSA agents call out from an average shift, according to local TSA official familiar with the situation. Oh, fuck me. Typically 25 to 30 employees call out on an average fucking shift. To me, that number seems a little fucking high, because if you have 25 to 30 people sick at any given time, you might want to go and have everyone checked out to make sure that they're not passing, like, you know, a cold or flu or, you know, some shit like that between each other. Just saying. I mean, because you shouldn't have that many people calling out, period. Never mind daily. I mean, okay, you know, you have, like, say, a flu hit. You know, okay, that's one thing. But daily? Nah. I mean, and we're supposed to feel sympathy. When they're... CNN wants us to feel sympathy for people who are so fucking lazy that an average of 25 to 30 of them call out daily at Dallas-Fort Worth. Oh, this is some funny shit. Union officials stress that the absences are not part of an organized action, but believe the number of people calling out will likely increase. Oh, bullshit. It's an unofficial organized action. This isn't organized. Yeah. They're just all conveniently fucking calling out. They all just come up with the same fucking idea. You want the people to buy that shit? Because I sure as shit don't. Oh my God, they really think people are fucking stupid. Of course this is organized. This problem of callouts is really going to explode over the next week or two when employees miss their first paycheck, a union official at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport told CNN. TSA's officers are telling the union they will find another way to make money. That means calling out to work other jobs. Okay, and then they can go stay working at that other job, because if they're going to call out and not meet their obligations with this job, which part of that was dealing with this type of situation, fine, work that other job, get the fuck out. That's how it should be. You know, To me, that's how things should be. If they don't want to meet their requirements, they shouldn't have the fucking job. North Carolina airports, including Charlotte and Raleigh-Durham, have experienced 10% higher TSA callouts, according to Mac Johnson, the local union president. That number will get worse as this drags on. See, they're so desperate that they're literally trying to play the sympathy card for the TSA people and say, oh, your security, your safety is being completely compromised by this. Big bad terrorism could get you. I mean, seriously, that's what they're trying to insinuate here and try to imply and try to get people to feel. The callouts are creating a vulnerability. Wow, I can't even say that right now. Vulnerability. I normally can say that. And screeners are doing more with less, Johnson said. Two of the sources, who are federal officials, described the sickouts as protests of the paycheck delay. One called it the blue flu, a reference to blue shirts worn by transportation security officers who screen passengers and baggage at airport security checkpoints. That's not why it's called the blue flu, you stupid fuck. Holy shit. Oh my God. If you don't understand history and you're a fucking, reporter, I don't care if you're at CNN, New York Times, or whatever, if you don't understand historical reference, shut the fuck up. Because this is one of those ones. See, the term blue flu is not because of their blue shirts. The blue flu came about because police departments had it ruled that they could not strike because it was a matter of public safety. All right. So what they would do, because police officers wore blue shirts, is they would call in and say they had the flu. And that was the standard line. And that was kind of their way of saying, look, this is why I'm doing it. So they would all call out with the flu. So that became the blue flu. It's not because of the TSA, you stupid fucks. CNN, you just proved how fucking ignorant and stupid you are when you don't know a simple historical context like that. Not your fact checkers or your reporters that wrote this. That's sad. And you're the arbiters of news. Yeah. Real news. Yeah. A union official, however, said that while some employees are upset about the pay, officers said they are calling in sick for more practical reasons. Single parents can no longer afford childcare, or they are finding cash-paying jobs outside of government work to pay their rent and other bills, for example. So yeah, you basically have them saying, oh, let's feel sympathy for them for they're going to go work under the fucking table. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we should have fucking sympathy. I mean, I feel bad that they have to go and, support their families, but the thing is, go find another fucking job. If you can't meet the requirements of this job, I have no sympathy on the note of, you calling out. Go find another fucking job. Right now, unemployment. I keep knocking over my mod. Unemployment is at an all-time fucking low for almost a half century? You shouldn't be able to have a problem to find a fucking job. I mean, you could go get a security job tomorrow after working at the TSA. Go do that. How hard is that? If you really need the money, find another job. About a quarter of the government, including the TSA and Department of Homeland Security, have been without funding since December 22nd. Some 55,000 TSA employees who screen around 800 million passengers a year are considered essential, and among 420,000 federal workers expected to continue working without pay. Ha! 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 Essential. They haven't done a fucking thing since September 11th, 2001, led to their creation. They have not fucking proved their existence as necessary. They have not done a goddamn fucking thing. They are not essential. See, but you got to play that like they're essential because, we got to play it like they're this way. So that way people will feel sympathy. They'll feel like they'll get scared and maybe they'll start pressuring, calling the White House switchboard, and they'll go, Orange man bad, end it now. Fuck your wall. I mean, seriously. Callouts began over the holiday period and have increased, but are causing minimal impact given that there are 51,739 employees supporting the screening process, Bolello told CNN in a statement, adding that TSA had screened 2.2 million passengers Thursday, and 99.8 waited less than 30 minutes, or 99.8%, sorry. Security effectiveness will not be compromised and performance standards will not change. However, wait times may be affected depending on the number of callouts, Baleo said. Yeah, that's kind of makes sense. And it's also going to get affected, especially with the fact of when people get fucked by their fellow employees and have to stick around. TSA is grateful to the agents who show up to work, remain focused on the mission, and respectful to the traveling public as they continue the important work necessary to secure the nation's transportation system, he said. TSA previously has said officers will eventually be compensated. Well, yeah, they have to be, but that's kind of a given if you're a government employee. You know that if, depending where you work, you might not get paid for a little bit, but you're going to get your pay. We've never had a situation where officers did not get paid. TSA Administrator David Bukowski, I think that's how his name is, I could be saying it wrong, told reporters while demonstrating security procedures at Washington area airport days before the shutdown began. He said recent shutdowns have been of a duration that it doesn't result in a delay in pay. No, there was a delay, I think, with the last shutdown. It was like a week or something, but there was like a delay. They might not have had a delay because of how their pay schedule is, but there was a delay for some government employees. President Donald Trump and congressional leaders met Friday at the White House and are no closer to resolving the impasse. A shutdown could last months or even years, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer quoted Trump as saying, "Yeah, I'm fine with that. We don't need the TSA." The number of traveling passengers has grown about 4% each year the last few years, Bukowski said in September. He said the growth without commensurate increases in the size of our transportation security officer workforce has impacted both training and morale. Wow. Typical fucking, union type fucking here. I mean, what exactly is his, he's a TSA administrator. Of course he wants more fucking people. He wants his budget to be bigger. He wants to have more people under his thing. Yeah. TSA is doing fine with the size they are, and they're not even necessary. They've not stopped a fucking terrorist or done anything remotely like that on the note of stopping a crime happening with a plane or anything like that. So they haven't done shit. They're not necessary. Their morale could be shit because most of them realize that, like, their job has no purpose. I'm just spitballing there. And TSA is bracing for more callouts next week, according to veteran field officials. That means TSA officials at airports around the country, cognizant that long security lines frustrate passengers, could have tough decisions to make, including whether to let passengers board flights with less scrutiny. While considering, like I said, they've actually shut down TSA checkpoints before, and we've not had a fucking problem. People have gone to their planes. It's been quicker, less aggravation, no groping, and everyone got along fine. Yeah, they could just do that. I mean, they could not exist tomorrow, and we'd be fine. So I don't understand why we need to make this a big fucking issue. I'm not saying that they shouldn't get paid, but I'm saying they shouldn't exist, but on the note of their pay, they're going to get paid. I mean, that's the bottom line. The big question is, how are they filling the void? So one of the veteran TSA officials, voicing concern about the impact on security. What security? You haven't provided any fucking security. All right? Period. You haven't stopped or prevented one fucking thing. If you're not seeing long wait times at airports, there's something on the security side they're not doing. Bullshit. I mean, literally, they backscatter you. They x-ray your carry-on. Your regular luggage gets x-rayed. How much more do you need? To me, that sounds like a couple seconds. So just to claim that quickly fucking microwaving someone, x-raying their shit, if it doesn't take time, they're not doing something on the security side, is complete horseshit. God. Those officials say the potential options airports may use include fewer random pat-down security checks on passengers, or giving passengers who have not been vetted for ProCheck program an expedited screening of the pre-check program. Airports struggling to staff checkpoints may also start reducing the number of lanes open to passengers, which will likely mean longer lines and waiting times. That, like I said, just Fucking get rid of the TSA. They have no reason to exist. They haven't stopped a fucking thing. We'll save a bunch of fucking money. Works for me. Airports struggling with manpower issues could also opt to loosen standards for checked baggage based on a theory that people would not bring a bomb onto their own flight because the explosion would kill them too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those people are going to fucking give a shit about that. I don't think so. And this idea of manpower, you would think CNN would call it what they should be calling it, with the cultural Marxist shit that they, shit spewers they are. It should be staffing. I mean, didn't they watch Hot Fuzz? It's supposed to be staffing. Oh my God. Known as positive passenger bag match, it presumes that if a passenger checks in and boards the flight, they check their luggage. Their checked luggage is safe, but some security experts are doubtful it is effective. Like I said, in certain particular group, truck drivers of peace types, yeah. But like I said, the TSA has not proven their worth once since the day they were created. They've groped people. They've irradiated people with backscatter machines. They've done shit like that, but they haven't proved their worth. They haven't stopped one fucking thing. There are no indications that any of these measures have been necessary or implemented. Well, to me, if they check their fucking luggage, it goes through an x-ray machine. It's always used to go through an x-ray machine back in the day. I mean, even before the TSA. Your carry-on through an x-ray machine. You through a metal detector. I mean, that was more than adequate. That's all we really needed. We don't need all this elaborate fucking shit. We could go back to the old way of doing things where you had private security doing it with metal detectors and, no pat downs, no backscatter, and we would be fine. We truly would. Anyway. I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.